Good morning. I am Theodore Lewis, and I am going to be participating here in Take 10 with TVET. I never thought about TVET until I left secondary school. And in those days, I did leave with 5 O-levels, and I had to figure out what I was going to do with that in those days, in 1965. And by chance I saw an ad in the paper, and it was John Donaldson. They probably were in their second year or something. And I applied and got into the technicians program. In those days they weren't organized, and I think the year group that I went in with, after 2.5 years, we were still there, and quite unsure about how much longer we would be there. And I, along with some colleagues, I left and went to the training college at Mausica. And I thought I would get out of the tech work field. And except that when I went to Mausica, they were doing tech work out there that they call industrial arts. And the person, Mr. Mondi, who was in charge of that, found out that I had gone to John Donaldson and insisted that I do industrial arts there, so I was back in the tech work. So I ended up at UB for a little bit, and they followed me, the ministry followed me, and I got a letter saying that I should come to an interview. And out of that, I ended up going on a scholarship to Wisconsin Stout to do industrial arts again. So I kept running away from it, but it kept following me. I ended up with a master's in industrial education. TVET it's a simple philosophy. It is hands-on. That is how you do TVET. The best teachers in TVET, if you attend their classes, it wouldn't be long before you are doing the thing. Maybe at a primitive level, but you are doing it. So they will spend a little bit of time talking a little bit about theory. But if the longer they spend on theory, you could assess how good of a teacher they are. The good teachers in TVET invert the pedagogy. The doing informs the knowing, and so on. That's how they do. Now in Trinidad here, we have it the other way. So all of our exams, for example, our exams give away how we do it wrong here. Our exams are all 2-hour tests in welding theory, welding mathematics, you understand? Welding history, welding geography, whatever. In America, it will be welding cast iron, welding aluminum, welding bronze, welding underwater. Understand that's how it is. And theory will issue the theory issues from that. Okay, so that it's a simple pedagogy that the theory follows the practice, or the other way of saying the practice leads and the theory follows. And why is that? It's hands-on. It's John Dewey. It's Pestalozzi. Okay, and the other thing about it is how you evaluate, because teaching is evaluation. It shows you whether you know. Okay, evaluation shows you competence. So in the old days, when 90% of the tech folk students were failing in the comprehensive schools, and I don't know how it is now, the national training certificates and so on, none of them could get those things. But you never asked them to weld, you never asked them to build a wall, you never gave them an old refrigerator and give them, ask them to assess it, and what do they need to fix it? Because those things will beneath us. So that hasn't changed in terms of pedagogy. Hands-on practice leading theory. See, we have crime in the country. We have a lot of youth. The people who are committing crime, they are committing crime at the age where they should be in school, right? So the challenge is to get the youth, and I think we did a better job of that in the 70s when point recess and they weren't paused. In other words, very early from the comprehensive school, we got them into on-the-job training programs and things, and they are in there with adults. They have to show up on time and so on, and it's good work. And I think we have nothing to offer youth, especially youth who are coming from poor backgrounds and so on. I would like to see TVET become cultural, and by that I mean people think about TVET in the normal run of thinking about education. And I'm going here now by my American experience and how TVET is. In almost every big city you are driving into, like on the highway, there'll be one of the billboards you'll see is directing you to the technical college. If you're driving around I-94 or 35W, you come to the sign that says, Hennepin Technical College, 2 miles, okay? Look, it's a thing. You know, I was in Tennessee and Nashville, and so it's a thing. The technical college is there on the billboard on the highway. It's a big deal. Technical education is a big deal in those places. Okay? So how do we make it a big deal here? It is almost invisible.